guys, it's
Hey
Rachel.
everybody.
We are trying to get this technology stuff set up here. I'm gonna try to get this reversed.
Hit the square.
That I don't think it reversed us. Yep, there
it goes.
Then we flip it
Yeah.
that way. There we go.
There.
All right, now we're on the right side. All right, everybody. It has been a whirlwind of the last 2 weeks. We are here. We're going to take
It's just our normal life.
No. I started relapsing with my MS, so we didn't get the last set of projects finished on my page, so I'm going to start with that and show you guys what we finished from our signs that we had started last week when we were on the retailer's page here. And then I'm going to show you some of, briefly what I did to mask the stencils so that you can layer them. Almost like when you're masking with stamping, but it's with stencils. And then I've got an old vintage rolling pin here, and I was able to get my hands on some of last year's vintage postcards decoupage. I have a very limited supply on my website, which is Stella Rose Boutique CO, for the Jamie Ray Vintage last year's vintage Santa postcards paper. It's adorable. She does have more paper coming out this year, but this is just so cute. I couldn't resist.
I love last year.
Yes. And so what I did, this was mine here that I had finished. This was our door hanger that we started last week. And again, I apologize. I didn't get it finished on my lives here on Facebook. But I've been getting quite a bit of treatment for my MS, and hopefully everything will start to get to function a little bit better now.
I can already tell a difference in you.
Yeah, I mean it was bad. I lost my ability to walk, and I was wall walking, and I couldn't think straight. It was bad. So thank you so much to all the amazing healthcare workers. You guys are just a godsend. Anyhow, especially here in Greenville. Anyhow, so what I did is, this was our round that we had. This is just a door.
Hospa's on.
Hey, Hasfa. This is just a simple door round that I had here. And Lisa went and had painted the bottoms for us to start with from our last week's live, or 2 weeks ago.
I stained the top of it.
And she stained the tops of them. So they were plain when we, that's all that was done prior to us coming in. And then we used multiple different stencils. Something that I like with these stencils here from Jamie is that you can mix and match. You don't have to use just one whole stencil on a piece and call it a day. So this is multiple different ones. This is one from actually the Farm Fresh was from a Christmas stencil, I think 2 years ago. And then Produce was from another stencil. And then the truck was from one stencil off of the Christmas stencil. But then I taped around the Christmas tree on the truck, so I didn't get any of that on the image. And then I used this from another stencil. But one of the current ones, if you look at the pumpkins in the bed of the truck, I'm trying to make it so it look, there you go. And they look layered. That's because I masked them. What I did is I took a sheet, and you can, anything that's, this is from a stamp that I have, and it's just a covered carrier, and so just like a thin Mylar sheet of anything that you guys have. Mm-hmm. And I took a dry erase, I cut out a section, and then I took a dry erase marker, I don't think I've got one, and I laid it over the top of the first image that I wanted to cover of the pumpkin, and I drew it out with the dry erase marker. Thank you. And when I did that, then I took my scissors and I cut around the dry erase line, and then I put that right over the pumpkin that I didn't want to stencil over the top of and make it look muddy, but I wanted it to look like there was a pile of pumpkins in the truck instead of the Christmas tree. So then the next one, when that dried, I did the same thing. I cut out another little section, and I did that a few different times. So that is how that gave me that image of the stacked pumpkins in the bed of the pickup truck versus the Christmas tree this time. And then I took, I had some leftover. I wanted to do a bow, but I'm not really good at bows. And so my really good friend Hespa had a rag wreath, and she's going to show me how she makes them. And I had some leftover cut up things from the rag garlands,
The fall garland.
the rag fall garland from last year. And so I grabbed those and I just made a ball of them, and I put them here on the back there instead of a bow.
It makes a really cute messy bow.
Yeah, and then I just took and I hot glued that on, and then I've got this here. Normally I probably will screw or put a hole in here, but this doesn't weigh that much, so I don't even think this is 4 or 5 ounces.
Yeah.
So I hot glued a little bit here, and I put the jute twine, and then just to cover that up too, I added a piece of that same matching fabric. And this is my little door hanger, and it'll be on my website. It will be $9.99 on the website for purchase.
And mine was just a lot simpler. I just took the JRD stencil, and I did the pumpkin patch. Then I did the pumpkins and gourds in a very variegated 3 different shades of paint. And then I just hot glued the moss at the bottom so it looks like it's in a little pasture. And then I did the bow with a little acorn and some little jute. And then I drilled holes in it with a piece of jute for the hanger. Now I did after I stenciled with the paint, I took a black Sharpie and I accented the pumpkins and the verbiage, just to give it a little bit of oomph, get a little bit of low light. So yeah, so there you go. So this one will also be from $9.99 on the website.
And mine, they were also sealed.
Yeah, they were sealed.
Yes, I used a clear coat and sealed the top of them.
Yeah, yeah.
Let me get these. I'm gonna move these out of the way just so that they don't get muddied up with something. There we go. But I love the stencils because you can it's mix and match. Even like the big ones that
Well, I think
take
with
words
anything,
out of them.
with the papers or the stencils, you don't have to use it as is. You can
Yeah.
pick and choose and mix and match. So to make, use your imagination.
and it's the creations are endless. There's no right and no wrong. All right, so I had started. I had a vintage rolling pin here, and I thought it would be perfect to. It had some staining and stuff on it, and it wasn't one that I would reuse in my kitchen. So, but I would reuse for decor. So I just painted a white background on the back of it. Now this is the original red handles from way back when. And when I decoupage, I decoupage. People say I do it differently.
She does it different from me. That doesn't mean she does it differently. I could be the different one because I am. So,
and so I cut up some pieces here, and then
I've got one that I'm gonna do for Halloween or for fall.
yes, just simple decor. And rolling pins seem to be very easy to come by, even in bad shape. Pick them up at the resale shops. Because
you can do so many things with them for your decor. I mean, so many things.
Absolutely. But I'm going to start cutting some of my stuff. And what I'll do is I will put my decoupage medium here, and what I do is I put it down, and then I put my paper down on top of it. And then I don't usually decoupage over the top of it until it's completely dry. And the reason why I do that this way is so that if there happens to be any type of a bubble that forms underneath that, and I think I left the saran wrap. I gotta find, I can use mine. I don't know if I can paper towels. I'll peek over there, or I'll get
What about that piece of?
the Mylar
Yeah,
stuff. Yeah,
yeah.
we could probably use that and
Yeah.
grab that. And I'm gonna grab a piece of the Mylar and rub that down. I knew I would forget something.
But we also last night I did some. I just took pieces of blocks of wood
There's one too.
and I just painted a coordinated color,
Here we
and then I decoupaged over the top. Now these are still. I'm thinking I might embellish these a little bit, so they're still a work in progress. These are. I think I'm gonna take and maybe do some Halloween color glitter. I'm the glitter girl. Here's some little ones. I'm keeping these like this though, and I've taken and I've put some dark wax over it to kind of darken it up a little bit, to vintage it up. And then this one, I don't know. I just did something different with it. I just took some black paint and I wanted to shadow around it, make it kind of spooky. So, but these are all the JRV papers.
This is this year's Halloween.
Yes.
Done in a vintage like cards.
Yep.
And then this is last year's vintage cards from Christmas. So I've got my decoupage medium in my container. And then are you gonna paint?
Yes, I'm gonna paint. I'm gonna do this one for the fall for the Halloween paper.
Okay.
So I'm gonna take and do the ends in an orange
Okay.
color.
All right. There's this one here. That might be, the lid might be even just enough.
Yeah, I can do the lid. Use the
'cause
lid,
it's-
and I'm just painting the tips of them.
Do you need a
I do
brush?
need a brush.
There's a little one.
Yeah, I see it.
You got it? Okay.
If I can reach it, I
Yeah, there you go.
have short
Yeah.
arms.
Just because it's so, like, it's tiny and the little itty bitty cracks of stuff to get in there.
Yeah.
But I'm going to use, can I have the scissors too real quick?
There you go.
Thank you.
And what I'm going to do after I paint these and then I dry it, I will probably roughen it up a little bit just to give it a more vintagey look.
And I did find a piece of saran wrap, so I'm going to cut that. I think I'm going to go buy an actual roll
To
and
keep
one
here.
here at the shop.
Yeah.
And keep one at the house. Yep. So what has everybody else done? Some ideas that they've got or that they've used with rolling pins and for the holiday decor. I've not tried to stencil a rolling pin yet, but that's something that I'm not that coordinated, but I might be able to figure that out.
Now, what I've done before is I've done it with a bottle, not with a rolling pin,
Okay.
but and I had a stamp that had some verbiage on it, and I took the bottle and I inked the stamp, and then I took the bottle and just rolled the bottle onto the stamp, and that turned out really nice.
Okay.
And I'm thinking that with a rolling pin, doing that with a rolling pin would be cool.
Okay. There's so many. These are just so cute. Her designs are absolutely adorable.
They are.
Every single one. It's like it's hard to pick because you want them all. And I think I'm going to layer them instead of do them in the squares. I like these old world things. Okie dokie. The decisions. Ugh. I'm going to start here. I'm going to cut him out round. So hopefully, with everything that's going on with me, I am on the mend. I'm feeling better. and we can get everything back on track, you know, shop-wise and craft-wise and video-wise, and I'm really excited, especially for this season. This will be the first time in this location here.
That's what I was just gonna say. It'll be our first holidays.
Yeah, here at this shop location. I am just applying my decoupage medium. Usually I use a Wooster foam brush here. These are amazing. But this is such a tiny surface. That brush is wider, and I think this little brush here that I'm using, this little artisan brush here, would be better for this particular one. But normally, that's what I do. I'm going to seal the ends here. Let's see here. I know a lot of people do different decoupage different ways. Is there any other ways that somebody else has any suggestions that they like to do it on? As I said, I do mine I put the medium on, and then after I apply the paper, I let it dry, and then I go back, and then that way if there's bubbles, it will, I can go and I take a needle and I draw it up in a syringe, and then I can inject it into the bubble so that it will adhere down and push it down. There we go.
Whereas I put the medium down, and then I smooth out the paper or whatever material that I'm using, that I'm decoupaging. And once I feel like it's good, then I put a thin layer of decoupage medium on the top right away. I don't wait. But she tends to be more detailed than I am. I'll put it that way. She tends to want everything just perfect. And I like things perfect, but I am what was it? There's a phrase that I used to use that it's eluding me right now. Perfect imperfection. There you go.
And see, once I've put that on there, because I don't have any of the decoupage medium on the top of the paper, that's why I'm able to take the saran wrap and smooth that down to make sure that there are no bubbles or ripples or wrinkles that would be underneath that. If I've tried it the other way, where you have it on the top and you're still rubbing this down and it tears the paper. When I've done that with other pieces, I'll cut like if there's another piece that's scrapped out, like from here, if that had torn, I would cut out just a piece of the same coloring, and I would put it over the top of that to try to blend it or hide it, the mistake that I had made over the top of it. Let's see here. I have tried ironing decoupage before, not on a rolling pin. And to try to get that super glass smooth look. And I didn't have, I mean, it was okay. I didn't have a lot of success in terms of it being different than if I just did it without the
without pressing it.
Yeah, without pressing it down with the saran wrap and not putting it on top. So if anybody has any tips that they have on doing it with...
Everybody's quiet in the chat today.
If anybody has
Nobody's
tips,
awake.
if anybody has tips about that, that would be great. I would love to. I'm all about sharing the information. That's how we all grow and support each other. Let's see here. But I do have, I want to say that there was,
I'm watching you.
at the time, I want to say that there's 15 or 16 of these left on my page. And that's it. That's all that was left that we could purchase. Yeah. Mariah found some and was able to get some.
I was gonna say she's here to learn. That's why she's quiet.
All right, so I cut this other little one out here, and I'm gonna do the same.
I like it, like doing it like that for this medium.
Yeah.
Cutting it out like that.
And then once it's all dried, I will go back, like tomorrow, and then I will put on the, I may end up making him smaller, the, sand the edges of the here, and then I will go back and,
Roughen it up a little bit.
yeah. Well, I don't know that I'll roughen up just to sand the edges, although I guess it would depend because I don't know that I want that white to show necessarily on the
Exactly.
ends.
Yeah.
So,
That's what I'm thinking.
yeah, I don't know. But I'm going to end up cutting that off because I don't want that,
To overlap.
yeah. Let's see here. On the Santa here. Maybe not. Maybe I'll add. Let's see here. We'll go here. Get him down there.
Just letting my ends dry.
And I've got to be careful because I did overlap some of this and I don't want that to tear on there. Because I've got paper on paper.
And it will tear.
Yeah. And that's where, because I didn't get the top of that other side wet. I don't know if you can see that. But yeah, one here.
Use the scissors.
Mm-hmm. Patience is not a virtue I was blessed with. I've had to learn this. And
I'm not saying a word.
And so trying to, be patient to get this to glue down and stay down and then not like just mash it down and make it stay and not have it tear. Patience. But I know the outcome of it will be.
And with decoupaging, it's like with anything else. Once you start doing it and then you get some practice at it and you come up with your own technique. I mean, because everybody's technique is different. Everybody, what works for one person may not work as well for another person.
Mm-hmm. That's why I get a lot of people, but that's wrong. That's not how you do that. But that's what works for me. But share me what you guys do. Because that's how we all learn and grow, I learned to decoupage from Lisa Boone up in Kentucky. I had not decoupaged before, and she had come to my home and had showed me how to do it. And we did my granddaughter's chest for the first time, like her little toy chest. And we put the I don't know if it's Lamami. I don't know if I'm saying it right. It's the beautiful paper from Jamie that's pink and it's got pink flowers and it's really pretty. So I've got this here layered carefully so that it won't tear, and I'm hoping it won't wrinkle. I've noticed the more decoupage medium I use, the more likely it is that it's going to come up and tear.
I have noticed that also.
Yeah.
With what I've done.
All right. And I still think towards the end though, I will probably, once like tomorrow when it's dried, still stand off the edge and then re-decoupage the ends so that you don't see any of the white on there. Let's see here. Look at this. Cut up another one here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's
Almost
okay.
done.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You know something else I've noticed when we do things, like if you'll notice, she's doing hers kind of symmetrical, and I'm just doing mine like free flow.
There's no right and no wrong. It's however you feel like it.
Yep.
But I've noticed though that with decoupaging, the colors, no matter what you decoupage with, that if you use a bright color like a white underneath whatever paper you're using,
Yeah.
it makes the paper and the image that you are trying to apply show up brighter and more visible, versus if you are using a darker image or a darker paint or no paint at all, which that's fine too. You can decoupage with no paint underneath it. You're going to see what is underneath that, like it makes it more muted and subdued color wise, like
this one I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna paint it. I'm just doing it on the wood because I don't want it to be really bright because it's gonna be a Halloween, so I want it to be a little muted
and darker, like
Yeah.
one of these, like
yeah
these here. If she had done this as a white on the underside,
it would have
then
been like boom.
yeah, it would have been a lot brighter versus it being darker that way.
Mhm.
What do you?
I'm just waiting. Yeah,
Oh, that's fine.
I was just waiting.
And then as I get little spots like this, I will find little pieces to fill in on the areas so that they are all covered up. And if you guys would, I would really love it if you would come and follow me on my Facebook page, which is Stella Rose Mercantile and Boutique. And I also have a YouTube page that is Stella Rose Boutique. And we're getting back to, I used to do videos once a week, but had a lot of trouble with my MS throughout the summer and stuff, and it is now finally getting a handle on it. So I should be getting back to once a week. Slowly. I'm not going to push it, but that is my goal. And put this one here. Oh, that's not, I moved it too far and I had a gap, so that is something that is nice about these 18-pound papers from Jamie, is you can lift them up and put them back down multiple times,
Yeah.
and it not tear because the quality is so good. See, and I've got this one here. And
What you looking for?
scissors.
I got you. I'm on the
Oh,
end
that's
of this
fine.
one.
That is one thing I will write down on my to-do list is to make sure we've
We
got
don't have to
two
share
good
scissors anymore.
Well, I don't mind sharing, just so that we've got them all. you know?
Yeah.
I was determined. I canceled last week's live sale because of the MS and the issues I'm having, but I was determined to do this today.
Can I put a lid back on that?
Oh yeah, sure.
And then, is there another brush for the medium?
I've got the foam.
What about that little one? You know, I don't want that one.
This one, does that work?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
works. And, whoops. And then I need some.
Oh,
I'm
take my-
needy. I need some.
That's okay. So we probably don't need the hairdryer, do we?
I don't think so.
Okay. I cannot find my heat gun, so I grabbed the hairdryer on the way out the door this morning, just in case. I'll put this here though too. But I am a fighter, and
Yes, she is.
let's see here. But I'll tell you what, I'm so thankful for each person that was. They had to do my infusions. Normally I have home health that comes, but they are so far short-handed, and they're amazing ladies, and that's
Go
cute.
ahead. I'm talking.
Oh, that's okay. They're amazing ladies, and they had to go even out of the normal, and my friends here, Lisa and Suzanne and stuff, helped get me to and from appointments and neurology, and the home health couldn't get to me, so they were able to coordinate with the ER, which is not a normal thing that they do, to have the ER doing the infusions. But they were able to get it all done, and thank goodness, because if they didn't, I would not have been here today. And everybody just, it's a blessing. It truly, I'm so thankful that everybody was able to come together for me. Because I wanted to make this today. I think that one. I don't want to overload the glue because I don't want to tear, because I'm getting close to like the edges where I've overlapped them a lot. And I've got a couple little ones I can do. A couple little Santas. Let's see here.
And these just turn out so cute after they're done.
Oh yeah. They're cute little stocking stuffers too. If you give like, you know, I know you do kids for stocking stuffers, but sometimes we would do, the adults would just get.
We do adult
I
stocking
guess.
stuffers.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Okay. They would just, their gift would be the stocking, and it would just have stuff in it, and this would be really cute in one of those.
No, I have one of my sisters. I'm the oldest, and one of my younger sisters is just amazing at Christmas. Everybody loves to have Christmas at her house.
Mm-hmm.
Like when my first husband passed away, I would spend my Christmases with her and her family. She's got 6 boys. She homeschooled all of them, and they've all, except for the youngest, has gone to college. The youngest isn't that age yet. So she is an amazing mother. And but anyway, so everybody loves spending Christmas at her house because you get a really cool stocking and you get cool gifts. If you're gonna spend it at her house, she's gonna be Santa for you.
Aw, that's sweet. But these are great adult stocking stuffers, I think, and they're fun. You can create memories making them with the loved ones that you've got.
Isn't that cute?
Oh, I like that upright like that.
I know, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I like that upright like that versus, yeah, and I like that where you don't have to even paint behind it at all.
Exactly.
It's just directly on there.
Exactly.
And the decoupage medium will seal in the wood too.
Exactly. And I've noticed, because this is raw wood, I did notice that it's sucking up the medium a little bit.
Okay.
I did notice that.
I'm just trying to figure out which little Santa area will be covered best.
And I think another trick too is when you're putting paper over paper, like when you're doing what we're doing and you're overlapping some paper, don't rub, just kind of pat.
Mm-hmm.
And I find that works best too, so you don't rip your paper.
That's what I was nervous about because the glue. Yeah.
And I mean, and it does help that the Jamie Ray Vintage paper is such a good quality. I mean, because if for instance, you know, if you use like napkins to decoupage, you have to be so careful.
Mm-hmm.
Which the Jamie Ray Vintage paper is.
Yes, is amazing.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can get that there. That should work.
And it's a great paper for like newbies. Your first decoupagers. It's good paper for first decoupagers.
Because it's such good quality.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trying to not roll this while I'm rolling and patting and not rubbing. I'm trying to make sure.
You have to be coordinated, and we're not coordinated.
Yes, that is not me by any means. But I will probably end up coming back to this a couple of times so that I don't tear, which is my no patience. But I need to have the patience because I want to be done with it, because I like to see what I've done. I don't like the, this step, I want it just done. But I know the longer I wait, the better it'll be.
No, I just put the little girl beside her, but I wanted to make sure I didn't cover up the little girl with Chief's face.
Aw,
So it's kind of like they're hugging.
that's cute. here.
I'm gonna reach over you and get my scissors.
This Santa here, I'm just going to cover him up.
It's 1:45.
Okay.
Trying to keep track of our time.
We will be down here in just a minute. This one I am going to have to put a little bit more above. This is the original one, so it's had about an hour to dry a little bit. And that one is not going to be a rub with the saran wrap. It'll be a finger pat down. And I may end up just red painting the ends of the, if I don't
That
end up
would look
doing,
good.
that would look good too, I
Yeah,
think.
that would look
Or
good.
even if I did it, not just even in red, did it, because the handles are the vintage handles, I may do that in a green or a blue.
Ooh, green would be
Yeah.
cool.
Do it in a green, a really pretty Christmas green.
Yeah, I like that idea. I like the green idea.
Yeah, because there's a lot of green, but there's a lot of blue in here too.
There is a lot of
See,
blue.
I like the colors that I like for Christmas and holiday seasons are like the blues and the silvers, and although I've changed. I mean, I guess sometimes I like colored lights, sometimes I like white lights, and I guess it just has to be the
I
mood
like
I'm
it all.
in.
That's why I
Yeah.
have 3 or 4 trees up to represent all the colors.
This is almost done there. I don't know how much more on that one I can get. I don't think I can fit that little guy there. Let's see. I'm gonna have to, I think, quit on this one until it dries.
Cause you got so much going on there.
Yeah, because I don't want to tear it.
Yeah.
And that's, yeah, I think that's what I'm going to have to do. So I've got a couple little ones still left cut out, but I'm going to let mine sit and dry here. And then that way, like these little spots here, I don't know where am I at, down here, like this here, I want to cover and get the whole thing covered with decoupage, but I don't want to tear the other images and stuff, and I don't want to cover up a lot of the cute image that is there where now I just have
And I
them
think
holding the
that's
steering wheel.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So, so I will go back and I will cut that, and then we're gonna try to get this up on the Facebook page here in the next couple of days. Finish the project and get it up for you guys to see, and then I will show it to you guys in 2 weeks when we are back. At the same time, it'll be at 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time here on, I don't know that it's Tuesday, 2 weeks from today.
Yes.
Today
is Tuesday.
Yes.
Yes.
And I got the right day. Oh, anyhow, and I will keep gaining my words and keep working and, getting stronger and stronger. But, and then they will also be available. The door hangers that we did, those are available too on our website.
Mhm.
And so if anybody has any questions, you're always welcome to reach out. My name is Rachel. It's with Stella Rose Mercantile and Boutique. And
I'm Lisa.
This is Lisa. And if you would like to join us over on Facebook, I would love to have you. Follow me and YouTube as well, and watch my crafts and the things I make and the tips and tricks that I share when I'm crafting as I go. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in and watching. I really appreciate all of your time. You guys have a great week. Bye.
Bye, guys.